Nabi, annually observed at the State House, is scheduled for tomorrow, Monday, 13th January 2014. The ceremony starts at 9 p.m. and all are invited. Still on that festivity, the day locally known as Maulud Nabi, otherwise called Gamo, is celebrated globally on the 10th day of Rabiul Awal and is generally characterized by a night of prayer meeting and for some, the preparation of a delicious local dish. Our Uminjai went out to sample the mood out as Gambians prepare to honor the birth of the Holy Prophet.
Designers, marketplaces, the Banjul Bara ferry crossing point, amongst other places, very busy. It is a period of daily work for these people to meet the demand of the public. Maulud Nabi, otherwise called Gamo, is celebrated on the 10th of Rabi al-Awal. It is a night purely dedicated to commemorate the birth of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a night characterized by gatherings of the faithful and for many indulging in Islamic songs, otherwise called zikr. Preachings by Islamic scholars based on the life and exemplary character of Prophet Muhammad, who is the depiction of all good virtues in this world. Dr. Abubakar Senghor tells us more on the rationale behind the commemoration of the Holy Prophet's birth.
Gamo is a social forum. In fact, it's a socio-economic forum. Money comes, take the money, it's halal money, but the objective should not be few dollars.
Should not just be money.
No.
Yeah, for financial purposes, definitely.
Should be for you to tell people that they must follow Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is not that you come and make beautiful speeches or you dress well, impressively, talking politics, talking about, Gamo has a politic. The politic of Gamo is this. Many of them, they can spend the whole day, the whole night talking. Beautiful speeches, powerful speeches. But the essence, if you listen to the speech carefully, it is completely empty. It carries no essence. But the common people don't understand. Because the common people are attracted maybe by the caliber of the people talking, by his charisma, by his way of speaking, or by the way he modeled himself in the group. That's not the essence. That is not the essence. If you look at it, you miss the essence of Gamo and these Islamic social ceremonies. The essence for you, the scholar, to tell people what Islam is exactly on the issue you are addressing. How Prophet Muhammad used to conduct himself. And that he should be emulated, and then you ought people to emulate him. That should be the essence. Tell them exactly what Islam is on that issue. Then they understand, then urge and advise them to follow Prophet Muhammad sallallahu.
His birth is commemorated, but yet there are two-sided opinions with Muslim believers as to why it is celebrated.
Some of the Rabbah who rejected Gamo completely, they are doing so because maybe they're given the impression that people are making it as part of Islam as a religion.
That's right, trying to impose it on people.
Yes. Sometimes if you take Islam as a religion, that one you have to be extremely careful. You cannot call any activity, religious activity or religious practice or a religious institution which was not instituted during the time of Prophet Muhammad or by Prophet Muhammad because his sunnah was either he spoke of it or he did it, people followed, or people did it in his presence and he endorsed it. So any religious activity or any religious practice or institution which was not established by him or during his time and he endorsed it or he did not order people to do becomes bid'ah. So if people are making Gamo as a religious practice, as a religious institution, then definitely they will have a problem with the critics of Gamo. I think that's why for those people who reject Gamo, they are taking from the point of Islam as a religion.
The night is celebrated globally by Muslims, and many prefer to spend it with their kith and kin in diverse destinations. This often leads to congestion at the country's major crossing point, not least the Banjul Bara ferry crossing point, and in the process, adding more workload on the ferry service. At the Banjul Ferry Terminal, large number of travelers converge on the terminal, ready to join their family members in different parts of the country. Here, Aissatou Minte, Fatou Seka, Aliou Seka, and Hamadi Sisi, who are all traveling to Senegal, told us that they have spent a number of hours at the terminal waiting to join the ferry to cross on the other side of the river, but they are hoping to reach their destinations in time. When we talk of Gamo preparations, what first comes to the mind is the traditional foods that form a significant feature of the night. The most traditional one, called chere, locally prepared from coos, is consumed by most celebrants. Some went to the extent of saying chere spices up the commemoration, but as you can see, preparations are on across the country. This is how pre-Gammo preparations are like in the country. Uminjai, GRTS.
It was an expedition that took 3 renowned kingfishers to 3 countries for river and beach casting. Norwegian Grts Sigurdsen edged out his 2 competitors, winning the National Geographic Fishing Exploration. Babukar Senghor reports the adventure will be best remembered for the memorable trips embarked on by the 3, not least the journey to the smiling coast of Africa.
Challenges and 1 winner, and the stage is set for the world's top anglers to pit their wits against each other. They are
fighting for the title is Dom Garnett.
Oh yeah. Threadfin, I got it. That is it.
And finally, Geir Sivertsen, a sports fishing fanatic from Norway.
Fish on.
Nice fish. And next up, Tony Tabal, a super confident fisherman from the Gambia.
It was an expedition, the like of which don't come often in a lifetime. Tony Tabal, a gamer, has a passion for golf, and a restorative, flew to the Arctic together with Englishman Don Garnett to meet up with Geir Sigurdsen, a Viking in the icy waters of Norway. The Gambian kingfisher arrived in Oslo and made known his intentions.
3 days ago I was in Africa, today I'm in the Arctic. This is insane. Game on.
Game on, mate. Yeah,
it's on.
Yeah.
It's on.
The winning mentality was there for all to see. From the Arctic, the 3 gamers went to the United Kingdom, Don's home turf, and still Tony did more than enough to ward off the challenges of his competitors. And the final leg of the journey took the 3 to the serene beauty of the smiling coast of Africa. This was a moment for Tony to sell what is already an attractive proposition for visitors. The homecoming for Tony and colleagues was astonishing.
I couldn't do anything but smile and just enjoy the situation.
Yeah, it was like Tony had, using his own tribe, had sort of thrown down the gauntlet to us. And that was a really nice touch, I thought.
And for the river and beach casting, it was a close call, with Tony scoring the same points as his Arctic rival, with Don earning 10 points. It was an epic journey and a ferociously competitive game. The truth is, the 3 were only competing but exploring the wonder of the world.
Cast far, cast slow, cast close by. Big bait, small bait, nothing happens. Nothing bites. An hour goes by, nothing bites. I'm like, something's really wrong.
The afternoon session was probably one of the most grueling bits of fishing I've done in my life.
It was this long, and I thought, it's a snake. And I was like, almost panicking.
It's a crab.
For GRTS News, this is Babukar Senghor.
We'll be back with news from outside the Gambia after this break. Welcome back. Ugandan special forces are in the South Sudan, that is according to Uganda's military chief of defense staff. General Wamala Katumba said this during a heated session with members of Uganda's Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Security. But many say the Ugandan Defense Force is actively involved in combat operations in South Sudan, an accusation the army chief denied.
Parliamentarians demanding an explanation from their government. They are accusing President Museveni of sending Ugandan troops to South Sudan without the parliament's authorization. The conversation is intense. The deputies, some of whom are from the opposition, are saying that the army is engaged in combat in South Sudan. The response of the Ugandan Army Chief of Staff to the Defense and Security Commission is not ambiguous. He says the special forces present in South Sudan are only there to protect and evacuate Ugandan nationals.
That has been done. We have not committed any units in combat. We haven't. And we don't think we'll reach that level. But if our positions where we are are being compromised.